Well, I was. I mean, to have had my father living in my home for the last 4 years, it was not always easy. I was short-tempered at times. I used to come home here ratty, and it was either David or him who was going to get it in the neck one of the day.
And we both knew it.
And they both knew it. They used to look at each other and kind of hedge their bets who was going to get it.
David, but, get a double dose.
He now hides away from me. Anyway, so Dad, you were great. We loved having you here. I want to thank all of you, the way everybody interacted. Everybody was wonderful with him. My children in particular, I have to have very special mention. They were phenomenal. I wasn't always around. They were always around. Jan and Oren lived here. They were very much part of it. Ariel, when Maxine joined on the scene, everybody was around. Anthony and Shimona. Well, Anthony was the firstborn grandson, so you can imagine there was like this very special. He ran down Jeppe Street. He told me when I was born, he ran down Jeppe Street. When Anthony was born, he ran down Jeppe Street. I have a grandson. And he had a special connection to everybody, and he touched everybody. And, you know, I'm a parent, and I'm a grandparent, and I had a parent for me. You know, it was a very, very special thing. The fact that he's gone is a sadness, and it will always be a sadness, but it's the order of life. That's how things should be. And we're very grateful that he went the way he did, that he didn't suffer. He would have hated that. And that he really is at peace. Maxine and Ariel were with me when he passed away. They showed strength. I mean, a young woman, Maxine and Ariel, and they were with me, and we were there. We were very privileged. Jana kind of knew what was going on because we'd told her earlier. Anthony, unfortunately, only found out in a really difficult way. And for Zoe and for Gavi and for everybody else, it was a hard time. But it was the way it should have been, and it was very peaceful, and he's at peace now. And we have gained so much, and we have to take what we've learned from him and go forward with it. Because his life had a lot of meaning for everybody, and for us in particular. And that positivity and that like just giving and unconditional and no conflict in his life. And he did everything to avoid conflict. Every single thing that he could do, he did. And it's a very big thing to learn. And no judgment of anybody. Never a bad word. Always a good word about somebody. Always a nice thing about somebody in a lovely way. And that's what we have to learn and go forward with. And Dad, we're thinking of you, and we're all here thinking about you and talking about you, and this is what we have. So thank you all for coming and being part of everything, and for everybody who looked after him and cared. Oren used to sit here next to him at dinner very often. It was not always so easy. The poor guy sat here for months, years, next to him at dinner.
No one knew he was drinking the whiskey.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't quite know who was doing the whiskey. Anthony Shimoni used to love going out with you. Ariel, Maxine and I were making jigsaw puzzles with him one night. Nachmeri, he suddenly said to me, because I said, Dad, I'm going to leave all these pieces, you're going to sort them into colors. And he then suddenly out of nowhere said, Nachmeri. I said, that is the most random thing. What are you talking? He said, it's a nightmare. Can you imagine me having to sit and sort out the colors of the jigsaw puzzle? We were hysterical, totally. That's the kind of, he would just turn things around, and those are the kind of things that we have to go with and remember. And the grandchildren, and he was just a phenomenal person to have around. So thank you all for being here, honoring him, and sorry, only Simchas, please God, thank you.